It's Nedved, Gervais, Goodall, Nedved, Gervais, and Goodall, all the way down the line. They've been close games, these two teams, all season long, but every time, the Seattle Thunderbirds have prevailed.
Gervais is number 3 in league scoring, and he leads his team. Now has 102 points after that goal. 41 goals, 61 assists. And here come the Thunderbirds again. Goodall dancing in over the blue line. Drops it off. Malgunas scores!
Part 2. And the big play here was the fact that every Portland Winterhawk defender was drawn off to the side. Great job of drawing all the Winterhawks over. Watch this great play by Goodall. Goodall sucks everybody over to one side, and Malgunas just moves down the middle, get the Grand Canyon open there, and fires a low shot past the foe.
Stuart Malgunas getting his 6th of the year. It comes at 7:15. 12 seconds after the goal by Gervais to make it 1-0, and all of a sudden it is 2-0 in favor of the Thunderbirds. And check that, it's 7:45 the time of the goal. 42 seconds after the first goal. Gervais with the first one, Stuart Malgunas with the second one. It's 2-0 Seattle. Here's Peter Nedved. Moves it out. Full lead pass. Here comes Vallis. Didn't get much in the shot. Kozowski centers it, and Defoe having none of it. He covers up and gets a breather for his team. Seattle just coming at Portland in waves in the early going.
You know, Paul, you can see the dislike for these two teams have for each other almost after every single whistle. There's bumping, there's grinding, there's guys yapping off to each other. There's not a lot of love lost. We talked about it off the top. A great, great rivalry. They call it the I-5 series. Portland is about 3 hours south of here, directly down I-5, the Interstate Highway. And for so many years, the Winterhawks have been beating up on Seattle hockey teams, and now we're finally having another look at it the other way.
Scott Meiden drops it off for Rick Fry. He's in heavy traffic. Wrapping him up is Lindsey Vallis. Vallis with the puck. Tried to dump it off there for Nedved. I don't think he quite saw it. Kozowski, number 19, working with Vallis. And away come the Winterhawks. Fleetwood crunched as he stepped in over the blue line. Fry couldn't keep it in. Here comes Nedved on the move. Rebound. Curling back now is Vallis, bouncing it in. Kozowski with Vallis. Nedved to the line. Sliced in there by Bilodeau. Kozowski. Vallis, number 24, back of the net. Sends it around for Nedved. And Fleetwood finally gets it out before he is dumped by Peter Nedved. And you don't see Nedved take the body that often. Cracked on goal. Kozowski with a good shot. Defoe just hauls it in. Brandon Smith. Tipped out to center. Wheeling back there is Kevin Barrett, number 3 for Seattle. 2-0 for the Thunderbirds over Portland. 10:26 to play, first period. Jamie Black with a good effort up there. Number 22 was on his knees, but couldn't get it in front. Seattle loved to go for those long breakout passes. Kevin Malgunas couldn't keep it in. Black angles in, stops. Here come the Thunderbirds back again. Fired on goal by Zavisha. They score!
Stuart Malgunas made possible by a great play by Zavisha. He just blew around the Portland defenseman. Number 2, Brandon Smith, had no chance. Malgunas, we saw it earlier, he likes to move up, he likes to get involved in the play. 2 things made that goal happen. Number 1, just blowing by that defenseman, no chance for Brandon Smith. The second is watch Malgunas coming up, following the play like a good defenseman in the 1990s should always do.
10:04, the time of the goal. Malgunas' second of the game and 7th of the year. Brad Zawisza picks up an assist, and it is 3-0 for Seattle. And Ken Hodge and the Winterhawks might even want to think about taking a timeout before this one just blows right past them.
Another thing I wouldn't be surprised to see is maybe a change in goaltenders. Not that Defoe's been responsible, but Hodge has got to do something to wake his team up, give them a bit of a wake-up call, and see if they can get back in the game, because if they get down to this team too far, they're going to be in big, big trouble because they don't have the offensive horses to come back from a 4 or 5 goal deficit.
Ken Hodge has had a patchwork lineup for the most part to work with this year. I talked about all the injuries. Just as an idea of comparison, last year they had 95-man games lost due to injuries for the whole season. This year, we're what, about halfway through, they've already had over 150 games lost.
Just recently lost a player. We saw a player last week, Kevin Jorgensen, a big tough defenseman. Wasn't happy with his ice time last week. He came back to Portland on Monday, demanded a trade, went home. Nothing's worked out. He's sitting at home. The door is open for him to come back, though.
And Defoe has been out even with injuries. The goaltending has even been affected. Seattle up 3-0, looking to fatten the lead. Maiden crutched along the boards and he stepped in over the line. He was bumped there by Cam Brower, and I believe Brower is going to pick up a high sticking penalty. And Portland will get its first taste of the power play.
Must have been something I didn't see, because he looked like he did an effective job of riding the player out without getting the stick up too high, unless possibly before the crunch into the boards on Maiden.
You're not questioning the officiating, are you?
I would never do that. Brad Watson, a fine official, but I just don't see a high stick there, and I think that's a textbook play for a defenseman to ride a forward out of the play. Brad Watson obviously had a different view of it. As a result, Zawisza is up.
And obviously the penalty was not in the play because Cam Brower took the man out.
Oh, exactly.
And Brad Zawisza gets called for high sticking. So our replay cameras missed that. We didn't see it. It looked as though he called it along the boards.
But Brad Watson did.
He did.
Mr. Watson gets our apologies.
Sebastian shooting that one through. It's tipped just wide by Maiden. Portland working it around. Slemko back to the line, nobody home. Portland in power play, ranking number 13 in the league. That is second last. Seattle's penalty killing is number 5. Maiden drops it back for Krause. Tried to work it through, it's intercepted. Seattle, a very aggressive team killing penalties. They score a lot of shorthanded goals.
Goodall and Gervais do most of the damage shorthanded for the Seattle Thunderbirds. I think they've got 9 or 10 power play goals between them this year. They're very aggressive penalty killers. That's a style the general manager, Russ Farwell, brought with him for Medicine Hat.
Here's Leahy back to the line for Krause to Leahy. All the way across, Sebastian, number 25, pinching up after it. And back to the net for Fleetwood, centers it, and Maiden couldn't quite get it on the tape. Goodall wheeling back. He's got Gazowski going for the net. Defoe is there. Goodall centers it. It's swept away this time. Leahy gets it out at center. Fleetwood dropping it off. Leahy across. Innes couldn't play it. Brad Harrison belted out the puck by Victor Gervais. Cam Brower just flipping it all the way down the ice. 7:44 to go in the first period. 20 seconds remaining in the power play for the Portland Winterhawks. They trail Seattle 3-0 already. Judson Innes comes in. Deep. Headed off at the pass there by Brower. To the line. Ruark with a shot. Lindsey Vallis starting back for Seattle. Vallis trying to get it in front, centers it, rolls right across in front. Zawisza, number 18, couldn't get to it. Kept in by Nedved. Look at those moves. Defoe was there.
Incredible play by Peter Nedved. Sees the ice better than anybody.
Teams back at even strength, and here's Nedved again. Watch him crank it up. Jamie Black all over him. He's still got it. Fry shooting it back in for Portland. Barrett in back of the net, moves it up around his goal. Just swept in by Steve Young. And swept back out. Here comes Nedved on the move. Nedved shoots. Rebound. He's still got it. Nedved controlling the play, and perhaps got a little too fine that time.
Maybe guilty overhandling the puck a little bit. We saw him in his own end where he almost gave it up in front of his own net. We saw it again there.
6 minutes to play, first period. Seattle leading Portland 3-0 on CHL Sunday night here on TSN. From the Coliseum in Seattle, I'm Paul Romanuk along with Bob McKenzie. Gorley thought he had a gift, but he's knocked down. Here's Goodall. In his 6th season with the Thunderbirds. Great puck handler. Shoots off a skate. Here's Stevenson. And a penalty coming up to Rob Krause of Portland, and the sticks are up.